So I want to make this video basically to showcase how I book calls with billion-dollar companies in Web3, or how you can gain your dream sort of clients, customers. Because let's be honest, with inbound, you may not be able to get those best clients that you want personally, right? So outbound just allows to do that much more. So this video is mainly on outbound. And who is it for? Well, it's for Web3 agencies looking to scale, Web3 agencies going after their dream customers, Web3 agencies that not get much clients, new Web3 agencies, and freelancers looking to acquire more clients. So what are we going to cover? Well, we're going to cover my story, the old method of acquiring customers in Web3 versus the new method, and explaining the results. So my story, I am an ex-pro footballer turned sales pro. I've been in the Web3 space for nearly 3 years, which allowed me to build a huge network and understand the ins and outs. I started off as a moderator, progressed onto a clan manager, and now a sales lead and strategic partnership lead. I've closed and raised over 2 million for projects. And when I started off in sales, I understood the fundamentals like most people do. And I thought I'd be all good, but deep down I felt like I needed to understand how to frame, qualify, and talk to prospects to increase booked meetings and clients closed. Reached out to guys that I knew from a private firm that I worked at and that I've done over 24 million in sales, and we came up with a saucy plan. Basically went from booking barely any meetings to having over 10% cold DM to booking rate ratio, and booking calls with billion-dollar companies and your dream companies. Basically going from the old mindset of automating the whole outbound sales process and thinking it will work to the new mindset, which I'll explain later. So the old method of acquiring customers is scraping websites for leads, using automation to mass outreach, little to no research on the actual lead, making the outreach message not even specific to them, no idea on the ICP, offer isn't specific to everyone, using just email, paying X amount a month for automation software, trying to sell pitching calls, not having a personal brand. If any of this is something that you feel like you do, this video is actually perfect for you. But all this results in a poor booking ratio, poor quality leads, less meetings booked, less revenue, frustration, lower chance of them becoming a client, and wasted time. So the new method of acquiring customers, well, number one is content, and content that educates and builds trust. Well, that is a separate whole video, which we'll cover in the future. But number one is finding your ICP, which is your ideal customer profile. And basically that helps you understand which is your best customer that you should go after, right? Alex Hormozi said that he only goes customers that fit his criteria, which then increases his business, right? Increases results and increases the revenue. This is what you want to do here. You want to find your ideal customer profile. And some things like that they want to consider are funding, where's the team base, the pain point that they have, what roles do they have in the company, what stage is the company at, all this kind of stuff you want to consider to build your ideal customer profile. And once you build that ideal customer profile, you only reach out to people like that because you know you can give them actual good results and actually service them as best you can, ultimately growing your revenue, making them happier, and increasing your monthly recurring revenue, right? So scaling your company further. But now, what is important when you obviously speak to these companies is you research those leads' pain points. So, for example, are they in exchange, right? And do they want to increase their volume? Do they want to increase the users? Do they want to increase the awareness, whatever? You research that, you understand that, and then you use that in your outreach message. So the message what I like to follow is the first line is specific to the company. So like if they're in development, if they're in exchange, blah, 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 whatever. Second is your offer, third is your question, right? That's what I follow. And that allows for the highest response rates because I always end with a question because that gets the prospect speaking, as simple as that, right? You're interested with questions. And what I don't do is I don't mass outreach because then each and every single message that I do is specific to that company, right? If one company's in development, I say that. If one company's in exchange, I say that. If one company's a platform, I say that. Yes, it takes more time, but that more time results in better quality meetings, right? Which then waste less time and increases your chances of actually closing that client. So that is number one. That is like why it's good. I'll say hire an appointment setter if you can, because that reduces your time and allows you to have good quality leads. To find those leads, go on Apollo, search specific categories, go on Adrian or go on LinkedIn, find those leads and outreach them specific to yourself, right? I only use email for warmed up leads. On LinkedIn, I go directly into booking a call, but like if I go on X and then funnel onto email, and then from email I go into book call, for example, because when it's warmed up on email it's good, but in Web3 there's a lack of trust. So ultimately, if you can gain no trust first on social media platforms, build it onto email, book a call, it's good going, right? Then once you got a prospect speaker, you want to ask questions specific to them and their goal, for example. right? So like if an exchange is trying to reach X amount of users, X amount of volume, you ask questions specific that to find that out. And then once you find that out, you don't say you can fully help, you say maybe, right? So you say, but to understand if we can actually help you do that, right? Then ask a question, and then let the convo flow naturally onto a call. So a lot of people say, would you be opposed for a call? But say like, okay, I understand, but to understand fully if we can actually help you, I think it would be good to hop on a call sometime next week to see if we can, and build an action plan if we can, right? Could you do Thursday? Simple as that. And then I utilize GIFs and I utilize comments and have a great follow-up sequence. So comments in the follow-up sequence are good because you get to use attention, and it basically means you're human with when you have a good follow-up sequence, right? And a good GIFs, because that's what they want to see. They want to see like you're human and you wanted to help rather than sell, right? But what results does that bring? Well, from your current position, it then allows you to book your dream clients, right? It increases your revenue, increases your high-quality meetings, it wastes less time for your business, and it allows you to get clients for years to come. So basically, these are some of the messages. You know, it's happy days, right? And I imagine 7.5% plus. So now it's gone up to 10%. Call DM to meet and book ratio, 100% show up rate. That's why it's good. And over 200k in a pipeline waiting to be closed. So as I say, the new method of acquiring customers is so much better than the old. It does take way more time, but it's way more effective, and that's why it's good. You're outsmarting the rest and you're outshining the rest, right? So I hope this video helped. If it did, make sure to check out my links below, get in contact, whatever, all this good stuff. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one.